I think when you walk into a room, or not walk into because it's on Zoom, but when
you zoom into a room?
Yeah, we zoom into a room and we are kind of in the position where we feel like we're asking for money. We're not in a position of power. I think those are the times that we've struggled the most because I think that kind of energy really exudes and people can feel that. But when we, do a pep talk before being like, we are in the driver's seat. These people should feel like special to be a part of our journey.
Yeah.
I think in those times, I think it really, people in the room can feel it, and we've seen a lot more success.
I'm a pretty strong believer that everyone's greatest strength is also their greatest weakness. So until I have an understanding of what that is, I don't really feel confident in understanding them enough to make a bet myself. But I think more broadly, the things that I look for while I'm spending that time are a mix of taste and competency. Taste I just define as a competency that means that they have high quality standards that they can actually actualize, mixed with commercial instincts, they need to know how to capture the value that they create for it to make sense for VC, as well as I think just a hard-won determination, something steely about them that makes me sure that they're going to continue pushing again and again and again.
One of the lessons that Paige Money, who's one of the founders of Pair VC, told us is fundraising is like a soccer game. It's all 90 minutes count, and even if it's 0-0 or 1-1 till the 90th minute, and you get a goal in extra time, it's still a win, right? And that's all that matters. And I will say that was very true. I mean, we obviously had a great number of yeses from amazing partners who were very fortunate to be able to work with, but we had a lot of no's. And that's very common here in this field, and it's something that I think folks just need to recognize and realize is not everyone's gonna resonate with what your idea. Not everyone's going to be a believer, but when you find the right person who believes in the technology, at that point, it's magical.
Well, great scientists are not super excited about funding or investors. They're excited about working with other great scientists.
Okay.
Right. So the number one strategy for our team has always bring class A players. And so what that means is not settle down for B or C players, but always having the best of the best. And that's exactly been our approach, is compounding effects. Once you bring someone that is really, really good, the next person that you can bring can be really, really good as well.
Honestly, the number one thing is just picking something that you're genuinely passionate about. You can't, since I'm genuinely an artist and designer, I just care a lot about this problem enough to where it doesn't really feel like I'm building a company. It's I'm just trying to solve a problem for myself, and other people just happen to also have that problem. So I think as long as you can get across that, one, the problem that you're solving is extremely big and can be really, really big, but two, that you're the person to do it, right? It's it just makes a lot more sense. And I think a lot of investors and things, when they see that, they can kind of see the longevity of the founder really being subscribed to that problem because they have a very close connection to it personally. So that would be my 2 cents or advice is finding something you're just naturally passionate about. You should never feel like you're trying to do something.
The reason I saw that I want to be a founder in myself is because the moment I was in as a freshman in Berkeley, people start dropping out and building companies, and I'm no, I want to be one of them. Yeah. And I think I have the great ideas. And that's kind of started pushing me to try. And there's so many stories that people don't know. I actually started a company and exited it and failed so many times before Kalder, and those were kind of trials, right? And even in Kalder, we are so we are so happy with our lead investor who and our partner there is the one who built United Mileage Plus today, and he built the backend for it. So we have the perfect people on around the table now. But before this, there were times again, I bootstrapped Kalder for 6 months, started trying to get the traction and customers, and being in front of the right people. The only thing I would say is it's everything looks perfect from the outside, and I think I guess the founders out there, everything always looks perfect from the outside to everyone. It's not. It takes perseverance and just survive through it, and then it happens.
Create a vision, have a mission of what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to do. Differentiate yourself and stick to what's working, test a bunch of different things and really believe in yourself, and also understand when maybe you're not onto the right thing and be willing to pivot and move on to what's next.
I think the biggest thing for us was creating really high quality tech, and we really wanted to be able to hire the best people in the software space. And so most of our funding goes towards like hiring really, really good people. And that's like really the why behind it. Most of our cash is just personnel costs. And then we'll go to conferences every now and again and stuff, but really goes towards like hiring the best people in the software space and being able to bring on like the best advisors in the philanthropic space and compensate them accordingly.